right, time to see if Game 2 will go any better for Tundra or a Shopify Rebellion, who I must say did look pretty damn good in that Game 1, if they'll continue that nice streak of things.
It's been a while since you had an opportunity to say that.
Yeah. Oh, how did they do in their first series anyway? Did you see that one?
They won it.
They won one. That's right. They won Entity.
That's pretty good.
And they won Game 1.
That's right.
In that series. So maybe that's going to be the thing.
Screwed.
Yeah, they're going to lose Game 2. Pack it up.
I thought it was a pretty good Omni night.
Why?
I don't know. That's Omni night.
Okay.
That's a cool dude. See, look at him go.
Great
He's
point,
just
Avery.
playing. Oh my, give him the first bug.
Yeah, nobody else could body block like that.
No, only Omni Knight.
It's something about the way that Omni Knight's ass is shaped, you know?
All right, I think. Okay, yeah, sure.
It's got that good body blocking magic right there.
All that dude talk on the panel really got worked up. I think Omni Knight thrives in an environment where the enemy has single target jump. And they have to single target jump somebody because their heroes don't do anything else. So like this Axe, this Sven, the Storm, and Grim are both single target jump follow-up basically. There's no AoE control, there's no AoE silence stun, whatever you want to call it. There's very few backline jumpers. It's kind of like Shopify going in together on the first target they see if Tundra are positioned properly, which should happen because they have Slark to give the nighttime vision and kind of dissuade that. In those types of situations, I mean, that makes the game so obnoxious to play because you can't go on anybody. The guy's going to get GA'd, he's going to get repelled, he's going to get healed, you're probably not going to burst him, and then you're stuck in a game where you don't have Dispel for GA with a Sven Axe lineup that kind of needs to burst somebody and get them low. It's the single target jump combined with the fact they have to burst people that is the reason I think this Omni Knight could prove to be quite valuable in this game, and they even then swapped the lane matchup up mid to get a Shaker, which is another hero I'm very big on this patch, so I like conceptually what Tundra have if they can get it going, but like we saw last game, Shopify just didn't let them get to a point where their draft could do anything. And of course, they have another lineup that can play very fast around the Grim AA, just running you over on the map. If this Axe gets out of control, especially with the Slark matchup that they saw in the draft, things could get spicy.
Okay,
Fight
but
that
counterpoint.
Omni Knight booty, like you said.
Counterpoint to the Omni Knight. The person who's being gone on is still going to be silenced and won't be healed. Because we've got the Grimstroke silence, which persists, I believe. Does it? Actually, does it? Oh, yeah. Peter actually misjudged that one. He'll die first in this matchup. Now, it is going to be the total evaluation of things. Crit is very low and snaking is not, but getting the experience, I think, is the thing that really matters. Skeeter wanted that, both the stat and the experience, quite a lot.
He's got the stat from earlier, so maybe not too sad.
That's true.
Thompson was destroying the CS chart in that mid lane, now getting his regen burnt, but he has taken a swift lead over Abed here, in a good sign for Tundra, considering how much Abed got out of control in Game 1 on the Spirit Brother here. Now, Storm is a much slower hero, I think. He needs like a slower build-up to the game to get going. And the big question for me with Abed in this game is, one, his lane's going to be kind of tough. I actually don't think this matchup is that great for Storm anymore, at least in the early portion. Though you can probably just farm and eventually pull ahead, like the 3 to 5 is probably good. I think the big question for me is, do you go Orchid in this game? Because if you want to go the Orchid, you can jump the Omni Knight. It's pretty good versus Slark. It's great versus the backline here. It normally would be a tremendous Orchid game, but you have this Omni Knight, and it kind of becomes useless if you jump anybody else and the repel comes out.
Okay, Operation Jump Omni Knight first.
Yeah, I mean, that is a solution. I mean, you can also say, well, we have 2 other jumpers, right, in Sven and the Axe.
Yeah.
Okay, one of them is going to jump somebody, and I go in and Orchid the Omni. Then it becomes really good, right?
Yeah.
That's why I think it's an interesting consideration. We'll see what Abed chooses to do. It might depend on how fast he feels this game is or how many runes he gets, but I could see this Orchid being pretty good, even though on paper, Tundra have some answers to it. You got to remember it's a double save lineup with the Shadow Demon as well. Like, it's a lot to try and lock down control-wise. And the bans really helped Tundra in this department because Invoker and Brewmaster got banned out in this draft, and they took the Shadow Demon. All 3 of the big purges to deal with this Omni Knight were off the table there. Shopify just didn't really have answers going into later picks. So the itemization is where you have to make up for it. And that means any sort of control or lockdown you can get to prevent the saves coming out are going to be a big deal here. And it's pretty much just on Abed. Unless you're going to get like a nullifier on the Sven. Not a common item we see on this hero.
Yeah. Actually, another interesting thing. The repel. It still gives you that bonus strength, right?
Yes.
But if he does it to somebody who's Ice Blasted, doesn't that just increase the effectiveness of the Ice Blast because they won't get the heal off of the bonus strength, and that will actually
basically spell immune.
They're basically spell immune, yeah.
It ends up being good,
but it will put them closer to that potential of being popped, right?
Yeah. So basically, what you're saying is, if you can put someone in a position where you deal enough magical burst beforehand, with some extra over the top through the axe. Sounds like you could be picking up phylactery here. Is that what you're thinking?
I knew you were
the phylactery axe action.
Phylactery.
Yeah, I mean.
Phylactery is ready to go.
Look, it might not be the best, but it's fun as hell. And there'll be I mean, it's Arteezy. You got to clip him every once in a while. Just, you know, just letting him know what's coming up in the second half of this game. Something's never changed.
Do you think Arteezy, like, do you think he was walking out like, you know what, let's just get this over with. You're going to clip me at some point. Let's just do it now.
He's just saying hi to his old friend.
Yeah.
Aha, Cliff. How's it going, buddy? Going pretty well, man.
Hello, Cliff.
Nice to have you back.
Come to talk to you again.
Structures are fortified.
This is a brawl in mid lane. It is not enough. Abed is fine in the 1v2.
Skeeter trying to get the stat steal, but the rotation from Arteezy post-cliffing. He got off that cliff and he got off into a run and start. You shouldn't have put him up there. He's got momentum. And when he came back down, he just rolled into the other lane. What? It makes physics sense.
That's the dumbest analysis I've ever heard.
What are you talking about, man? You gave him potential energy, he turned it into kinetic, and Abed is getting that momentum built even more here with the haste rune. I was talking about the runes. This is a beauty of one to pick up. Put all that early CS lead to waste here as he just takes the net worth straight out of Thompson's pocket, though Thompson's still pretty decently ahead there.
You can definitely tell that Abed is well prepared for the Earthshaker mid, which has been very often picked right now in this patch. And I feel like that is the right way. His approach from the get-go was, I have to kill him. I have to harass him out of lane. Feels like that's the only way you can beat this hero in lane because he will out-CS you. There's no way around beating Enchant Totem.
No. You just got to deal with it.
Is he going to have telekinesis up in time? No, he just used it, but he might be able to stay in front of Saberlight unless, so Abed. He comes in, takes away that Wisdom Rune. Trying to go for the deny on the Ancients. Drew the aggro. Abed will claim the hit.
Man, Abed is looking good. And it's been a while, I feel like, since we've seen him look this solid, which is what we expect from him in terms of the caliber of player he is. But yeah, definitely had a slump for a bit. And that was a big issue Shopify were facing because they play around him in the early game. So when he's not clicking, it really debilitates their supports in terms of how much tempo they can pick up, the net worth they're picking up, the runes, all this. They've kind of built this team around that.
I did feel like at some point in time when Shopify was really doing well, I was just thinking of that meme. I'm tired, boss. that's what I thought of whenever I think of Abed. It was just like, you know, if Abed doesn't get off to a good start, the Shopify's game is like, it's already like 80, 90% done, I felt like. But he's looking good in this series so far, as it looks like they might be able to get another kill. It's going to be a close call. The heals are coming in. Abed makes the jump away, still gets the kill, and has the mana to keep on going. Picks up another power rune to work with, so he doesn't even have to go back to base.
Fly being there, throws a little extra damage in there, and it's just enough with an Ice Vortex and a single right click. Pushes that Strength Shaker over the threshold. With the Omni Knight heal, that is a lot to push through. That Shaker got up to 1800 HP with the Omni throwing spells in. That's a significant amount of early damage. A lot of lineups do not have that capability. That is the advantage of the double damage supports that Shopify have gone back to, just like game one.
Yep.
Gives you this play option. Nice little body blocking here.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard kill.
Poison, but
yeah, that was
slightly also
awkward.
Worse fissure.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, Saberlight will give himself the hand there.
Over here now.
6-4 with a slight lead to Tundra off this laning phase in net worth, but it's Shopify have walked away with more kills and probably more experience, I would imagine.
What kills me?
More experience.
What is a kill to an ancient stack?
An ancient stack that could get stolen. He stole some stacks last game.
It's true, they do have Sven Axe, but I don't know if they're smoking in there. This is a way tougher ask. Maybe they can think about it.
Think about a kill on 33.
Yeah,
he is
by the way.
not going to get jumped. Now he's going to get jumped. Okay. Was that?
God.
Were they?
Yeah, he's thinking about that one easily. Wait.
Did they wait? Did Fly not have level 6 yet?
Bottom tower.
There was like a beat. They waited, and I think one creep died. Maybe it was to get Ancient Apparition to 6.
He might have been. It was very close. I think they were just debating if they wanted to go on him. And how much turnaround is there, but hey, they'll take that and clean up almost an entire tier 1 here with the back of that God Strength. Could have invaded Triangle, but they'll take the next best thing. And these are the kills that Shopify need.
Hey, there it is.
Damage. And the regen rune for Abed. Can't ask for better runes this game. Haste into the regen in the 6 and 10. Even take the Watcher.
Oh, he's really going to mess around with the Ancients. I don't know about that, but he drew the aggro onto 9, who almost died to that final.
How did that do so much damage?
Yeah, well, I think he got hit by a bunch of Ancients and that hit from Storm Spirit at the same time.
Man. I mean, they're putting the pressure on. It'll push Sven up to the top net worth here. And the biggest thing for Shopify is can you get some Ancient stacking of your own going for Sven later, as you had Saberlight clearing through these in the early game. You're going to have a little overlap there. I mean, he needs the recovery, though. This Axe has not had the early laning phase they wanted in this Lark matchup, which is okay. I mean, the Axe doesn't need a crazy game here. You'd rather have it on the Sven and Storm in a way. This Axe is kind of just a jump, because you are playing him into Shadow Demon. Axe into Shadow Demon is just never fun.
Slark as well, if you don't jump the Slark,
Yeah,
right?
it's
There's
awful.
Depth Shroud as well that can be used.
But it's not a game, even with a good start, that Axe is going to do much. It's all about the Storm right now.
Beautiful chain stuns. Once again, a Spirit Hero in mid with an Inkswell on top of it makes for a pretty potent initiation
And
in this early game.
It is max Inkswell this game.
Yeah.
That is all about the combination. And also Forgrim. But it is going to power up the Storm Spirit, who is going Witchblade. So it's going to be even more single target damage. Also, not great into the Omni Knight if it comes down to the 5v5s, but if you keep playing the map like this where Tundra don't get a chance to join their heroes, I mean, you're just going to be picking them off left and right. There's nothing to stop this Storm right now. The only thing that can stop the Storm Spirit in this game is another Reddit thread, and I mean, it could come out. See what happens.
One little jump, Thompson after him. Oh, so is Skeeter, but they are not going to be able to close the distance to hit that Echo Slam like Thompson wanted.
It's your blink reveal.
Saberlight's now here to be able to slow him down even further on his way out. He's going to take some serious damage. Is it going to be enough? With the Inkswell, that's going to be a lot. If he gets a little bit, one spin, really all it takes, or a stroke. That'll do enough damage. Couldn't get the chop in there for Saberlight, but that's okay.
He's got a lot of poison stacks here.
Yeah, going up to 5, Skeeter. He's going to go back in. Slowed down by another good stroke hit there from Crit. He's landing them.
And you have your blink coming out for the Axe. It's not going to get seen here as well. And Abed straight back into mid off the TP. He will look for both supports.
He's got him. He did no disruption to save himself. RTZ even making the way over from the jungle area just to make sure, like, okay, Tundra, they might bring some heroes. Let's make sure we've got everybody here because this is already a winning fight.
I mean, that's not why he was there.
Yeah, why was he there?
Is under attack.
People were saying he was too AFK as a carry, so now he's showing up.
He joined that fight out of spite.
That's
that
right.
What you're saying?
Look, nothing motivates a North American team more than spite, okay?
Yeah.
Are scanning.
And they are motivated right now. 4K gold lead at the 13-minute mark. That is looking juicy. Especially for the two supports right now. When you have killer supports, you get all these kills in the early game, you pump these heroes like Grimstroke A, the Hoodwink from last game, you push them up to these early net worth levels, they just run away with it. Because now they have all the damage, the levels, early items to push them over the threshold. You already have a Veil done on Crit again. You have early Arcanes into what could be a Midas for Fly on this Ancient Apparition. It's going to be disgusting how much scale they get out of these two supports right now if this game continues to go at this type of pace. And we're seeing a lot more of the support Midases on some of these backline range damage dealers.
Yeah.
This item is so much better on support now.
I mean, that just means I think the shard for Ancient Apparition is fantastic. I really like that item. So when you've got this initiation that you already see from the Storm Spirit, now with the axe as well, with his Blink Dagger, first reveal, gets a kill onto 33. Might get him killed as well, though, but here comes Abed to the rescue. Immediately to the back line, already killed one of those supports, and it looks like, yeah, Thompson is dealt with on the other side.
Another great rune for Abed just makes him invincible here on the back line, as the chain stuns are just proving way too deadly for Tundra. The single target jump, yeah, if your Omni Knight saves you, it goes to waste, but there has not been any saving done in this game, as Tundra are trying to be efficient on the map and getting picked off in the process. That new Ink Swell on top of the axe is really nice, too. You can just perma-chain it perfectly the entire game.
I will also say that I think not new, but Ice Vortex, it's been buffed enough that people are maxing it out first, right?
You definitely max it.
That works really well with Storm Spirit.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of early game synergy in this lineup. You get an Axe Call, you get a Storm Jump, drop a Vortex, chain the Ink Swell off it, you have no ability to react. It is just deadly, man. And there's no answer for it right now unless you take the 5-on-5 where your saves can save each other. And Tundra have no interest in that right now. They're too far behind.
So they're going to be trying to play a bit more of an efficiency game, but down 6K and soon to be 7 with a death here on Snake King.
No chop.
No chop. Do you know how chop with Ice Blast works?
I mean, it doesn't count unless chop actually gets the kill.
Right, so a lot of times he may just be doing damage.
Yeah, you can chop him and then he dies to the other threshold.
Yeah.
You don't feel good about it. I mean, but
you know,
nobody plays Axe to get kills for somebody else.
Not even Phylactery.
No, not even Phylactery Axe.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Man, fast. I'm loving the Shopify we're watching in this series, man. Just like the move midway through the game where they went for that move through the gate. Just feels like they're playing some good, fast Dota. Arteezy is going to join him here, not even having a Blink Dagger yet.
Arteezy in the smoke at 15 minutes? What team is this, man?
A team that is... They do have Tundra surrounded here. Are they going to get the initiation? Big burst there on the fly. There goes one part of their crucial plan. They need to be able to get stunned on top of the Ice Blast. No Ice Blast means there's an chance. Maybe Disruption finally goes out, and he'll have a chance to be able to get off his ult. Oh, the cleave comes through. Arteezy, through the body of Snake King, will cut down the fish, make some sashimi out of him. And they'll clean up the rest now. There's no getting away from Abed unless a TP scroll. That's good enough.
Golden Swell doing a little work, but yeah, Arteezy in this smoke, man, he gets all the work done here. Well, he didn't get the credit through the... Okay, there we go. Oh, he gets all the work done. Didn't want to give him the credit. The game up, they didn't know what to do. But Arteezy knows what to do in this game. 4-0, getting active. Even before... It's about like that third item. Like the blink wasn't even on him during that smoke. It's just arriving during the fight. This is the exact type of lineup to make that happen. I go back though, like 33 in this game, right? He's their most farmed core. He went the early Midas on the Omni Knight. He needs to be here on that Slark. You see him in the bottom left here. He gets jumped by the Storm and taken out before he can get involved in this engagement and just solo killed off the DD. Another power rune for Abed that just makes this fight work. Because if that Omni Knight gets the blink in and can save the Slark, you're looking at a very different engagement. But Abed has had his number. The Storm has not let this Omni Knight go to work. And there's that damn smile. Look at it. Haven't seen that in a while.
I swear. All the long-term fans of this group, this core group, from Evil Geniuses to Shopify Rebellion. Now, they do have to be a little bit careful of 33 here. He's got the Blink Dagger. He's got the Shard. He does some big bursts. So there is always a chance for Tundra to respond. Maybe not on the Sven or the Axe, but the backline heroes, they can die very quickly.
And when Tundra group up, that's the strength of their lineup. A lot of this game has been Shopify finding picks around the map, finding the numbers advantage, getting the jump, even during nighttime when it's hardest. If you get started on instead, you get that backline decimated first, you're in a pretty happy position if you're Tundra. You just ball up, you're going to play around your double save, and then Skeeter can go to work. He has a Midas of his own. He's going to be able to stay up in net worth here with a double Midas on the Tundra side. All Thompson really needs in this game is like 1 or 2 more items. He's going to be a beast. As much as Shopify have built the lead, this game is not out of reach yet. You cannot give up some bad 5-on-5 fight into a Roshan for this Slark. You're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I like that point about the nighttime especially. When it's jump versus jump,
Yeah, it's tough.
one side has a Slark. Yeah, this is not the time that Shopify should be excelling. Daytime is going to be
That's why I'm
their
surprised that
greatest
fight
strength.
went as well as it did.
Yeah.
Because they ran into Slark during night, and he just starts on the axe. That's pretty much the fight you won if you're Tundra. It's just the saves were not in position. So you kind of got lucky a little bit if you're Shopify. Because like you said, the A also got picked off at the start. Like, that was a tremendously good team fight for Tundra if they could have capitalized. Just weren't there. It's also a pretty big factor if 9 gets the good spell steal, which he's pretty much looking A ult, he'll take it if he gets it. I mean, Stormhammer, always nice. But you really want these Grimstroke spells. Like the Stolen Inkswell, even the Phantom here. Really nice to throw back into the Storm Spirit and cut down on the mobility, chain them off the Shaker control. If you take the Storm out of the fight, it debilitates what the supports can do, then all of a sudden the Slark's just going to go way more ham.
Yeah.
So it's a big factor in terms of what he can spell steal here, because these are high-level Grimstroke spells right now. Crit did not opt for the early ult. Something you traditionally do a lot of the times on this hero, which means you have very high points Inkswell Phantom. Deadly to give away.
Got him. Thompson easily brought down by the duo here of Abed and Crit. Inkswell on a Storm Spirit. Damn, Abed's having a good time too.
I mean, he's 8-0.
That's true.
Ain't nobody 8-0 and having a bad time, except maybe Sumail in that one TI game.
His kill participation is a little bit lacking compared to game 1 though. I'm just saying. Uh-oh. Silence? It's
a little
enough.
far. All right, now maybe now he's not having
33 with the burst to help out there. Call comes in with the blade mail right
with
as
the
that
save.
ultimate is about to expire. Is there anything to help with this, though? They don't have any follow-up, so that is just maybe an ill-advised go. Skeeter not having the Aghanim Scepter, doesn't have the same kind of pursuit, but he'll get Abed's Courier, which was trying to stick around and check out power runs. He's been using that to scout out quite a bit.
That's why you don't enjoy your kill streaks there.
I'll take that.
Maybe Abed should have done a little less smiling and a bit more washing of his face here, as now he's 8-1 and they know.
You're reaching for the other part of that
I
one,
couldn't come
aren't
up
you?
with it. I mean, that's a big streak to give away, right? That's like
Yeah, it's pretty
1,300
nasty.
gold. That is a nasty amount of net worth going straight into the Tundra Esports. And again, you have to respect the saves and the group up here if you overextend, because those net worths are going to continue to shoot up with the Midases here, and all of a sudden this game's not looking too bad, right? It will be an Ags for Thompson instead of the BKB. More aggressive. It's not going to help him in a lot of this chain stun territory. It's kind of a question of, are you going to be able to throw saves on him instead of the Slark? Like, which of these cores is going to become independent first? You can just kind of play through one. Simplifies a lot of the game here for Tundra. Nonetheless, they are down in kills, but not in spirit, as
Now,
they take a Tormentor.
They're going to see this Tormentor being done with the smoke already in somewhat range. They might be able to get something. It's going to be the Slark. Called into the silence.
Man, something has been off for Skeeter today in terms of the, not map awareness, but like map sense, right? Where the enemy is. It's another, he was 4 deaths in that Naga game that were pretty pivotal, and here again, just has a 1 in 5 start on Slark. Generally a hero that can be pretty difficult to gank and find on the map. Just been a slow day trying to build up the map control here for Tundra. Usually an area where they strike fierce.
Oh, that always feels good. When you check out the fountain on a hero that uses a bunch of mana, you find solid 5, 6 different Lotuses, you're pretty happy.
Thompson's
Dire's
smacking
middle
dirt
tower
right
is under
now.
attack.
Didn't even get his Lotuses.
Smacking dirt. I was like, what the hell does that mean? Oh, you mean literally?
Yeah, what do you, not everything's a euphemism, man.
I mean, it just sounds like a euphemism. Go pound dirt. See, there's a phrase.
Is that actually a phrase?
Yeah.
It's
Means
not like
to
a,
go
is
F
that
off.
a military thing?
Yeah. Pound sand. Pound dirt.
Wait, is that actually a military?
Yes, that's actually a thing.
I'm just joking.
All right, 33 just
Radiant
that's a solo 2 different Tormentors, basically.
I didn't know he could do that.
Yeah, that's the power of that shard. Omni Knight right click is pretty
Oh, here
scary
we go,
when it gets
everybody.
going.
You don't know, Cap's an Omni Knight enthusiast. You're just lectures away. This is quite an Omni Knight build, though, I must say. Like, Midas bots Blink into a Kaya.
Kaya. Not Echo Saber, Kaya.
Yeah, and he's playing off the Spell Amp with a little extra Spell Amp in the 7th slot there, and then he's holding on to a Spark of Courage. For what? This
That
one's
is
beyond
curious.
me, folks. I don't know. This is just a 33 special right here, cooking up something in the kitchen. This is one of those builds. This is, okay, I'm just going to say it. This is an Omni Knight build. 99% of players out there, regardless of the new behavior score system, are reporting this guy. Like, they click on this build, they're like, what the hell is this dude? Why can't we just have
He
an
just
actual
pinged Kaya,
item? Yeah.
Kaya, Kaya.
This is why pinging allied items has been disabled.
I think the Kaya is sick, though.
It is an interesting
It's
build.
way better than Echo Saber.
Look at him go.
When you're thinking about it.
Are they going to get him with the stack? Oh,
Not quite enough.
I wonder if he procced that earlier when he killed him, because he regen a pretty decent amount here. Nonetheless, he'll get out of there. I mean, this Omni Knight's doing some damage, that's for sure. He's top net worth. He's built to carry the game. I guess he's going to try and carry it. Yeah, why not?
I'm just sitting here thinking how many times I built Harpoon in this situation when I could have been building a Kaya song.
Yeah, Harpoon, dumbass. Should have gone Midas bots pulling Kaya. As Arteezy's going for the Nullifier. We talked about this. I mean, it's a great item for the game. Just feels kind of bad on this hero this early. But if he gets the next Roshan, he'll feel a lot better about it.
Does it feel that bad?
Yeah, maybe
I feel like
not.
just
No,
the
okay.
damage of the relic, that can't be that bad.
I mean, usually damage on Sven's just not that efficient, right?
Sure. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
attack speed or burst or mobility.
More
At
important.
least historically, that's what it's been.
Yeah.
Like, the hero has damage. That's the part he does not lack. So just building Stake or Relic on this hero is like, whatever.
Yeah. I see your point.
Or you'd rather have the stats boosted up through the ult. There'll be a smoke from Tundra, trying to take that team fight, trying to take that carry Omni Knight, do something with it.
Fortunately for now, Tundra haven't found that opening, but they know there's some heroes top, and with the Storm Spirit having the Aegis in mid.
Yeah, they saw that opening that Abed's giving them right now. I'm surprised Shopify's still here. This is free territory right now.
Yeah, they're going to give up crits. That's all they're going to give up as the others have TP to wet.
I mean, you'll take that if you're Shopify, because you had a gem on this Ancient Apparition. You had a lot to lose there and nothing to gain. And remember, it's nighttime for the Slark, so they just run Skeeter in, they're going to see everything. It makes it a lot harder to jump these heroes.
Looks like are they going to get the D ward on the Mighty Mine spot there? No.
That's
we
a
didn't
tough
check
one.
that.
I mean, Skeeter should have seen it. So yeah, they know. 33 always knows, man.
Purify.
Knows when you've been naughty.
He knows when you've been warding.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Knows when you've been reporting his offlaner for suspicious builds.
For Kaya build.
You're telling me you're not going to report that, dude? Come on.
No, I don't report anybody who does a build like that ever.
Oh, you're a good citizen, huh?
Under attack.
Yeah, I've had plenty of mid techies, you know. I've won with a couple of them, you know. I'm always down to be surprised. It's actually one of the things I like about pubs. It's these random hero spammers. They'll do some build you've never seen before, and you're like, oh, that actually works. Sure, that's only like one time out of every 10.
Yeah, I was about to say that, you know, every first Tuesday of the month. Well, the game is definitely slowed down here for Shopify, as they're ulting Wisdom Runes. And finding
Yeah, they were up, what was their highest net worth lead?
8 or
9K?
Yeah. But again, it didn't mean too much in this game, right? It really didn't. Because their lineup should be up, they should be finding the kills in their early pace. Just what can you transition into? Because again, the team fight is so hard into these saves and the night vision. And right now, Tundra are starting to get more of this map control back. And they're finding the net worth, man. You let this Omni Knight get away with this build. He's gonna out efficiency you. You just I
don't know why you're laughing.
Because it's Omni Knight. It's so ridiculous.
Stop
to see an
laughing at Omni Knight.
at top 2 net worth. in a game with like 4 other carries. You realize how absurd that is in the grand scheme of Dota. It's not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to be like...
I'm not laughing because I knew Omni Knight was this strong the entire time. You just didn't listen to me.
It's not about him being strong. It's like the hero's supposed to be some 6th position. You know, your ROTK.
No, Omni Knight is a Chad.
With an
He's meant to be a carry.
Oh, you got glimmered, son. Later.
Where's your nullifier?
Yeah, where was it actually? That's a good point. I guess it was in the tip jar.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You should have nullified him, Arteezy, when you had the chance. Back when Snaking was on
Bottom.
bottom. It's been a long time since then.
Should have nullified him when he was on Quincy Crew.
Well,
Radiant's
you couldn't.
bottom
They were
tower
too
is
powerful.
under attack. Radiant structures
Some
are
teams are just too
fortified.
strong, you know? What can you do?
Yeah.
They can only die from within.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
Hey,
tower
Arteezy's still having a
is
perfect game here, 5-0. We can kind of just see they're like scratching their heads. I feel like they don't know what to do right now. They kind of want the fight, they want the pick off, but they can't find it. We'll hit daytime, makes that a bit easier. Man, it's like that
Can they
one
hit
death
tier 2s?
No, you can't hit here because the second you start to hit an objective, you just give the 5v5 to Tundra. They're going to be happy to take that. They just run the
Yeah,
smart.
I guess you have no saves.
Yeah, it's the problem. Like, the head-on engagement is just not good for you if you give them position. You have to start the fight either with numbers advantage or on the backline with vision. And so far, that's been difficult to get in this mid-game. Though Arteezy has decent position here. He has a double damage rune. Can he create something out of thin air when 5 heroes are going for him? He has the vision. The reaction's not there.
Just echo him right away, and they jump in. They have the Ice
this
Blast.
well?
That's going to be a decent amount of AoE damage. Maybe they do this without Arteezy. Well, they can't stop Skeeter, though. Skeeter, he's hunting for more with Stolen Inkswell. It's going to help, but they've already chopped down 2 members. Both of the other cores of Tundra are dead. Now they're cleaning up the supports. Skeeter is trying his best to hunt down Fly, but he's just getting kited around this vortex.
He just has to
couldn't
leave.
move fast enough to be able to catch up to the support, and everybody else will die on the side of Tundra.
I guess the lesson is you don't need Arteezy.
Is that the lesson? I think the lesson is you just kite around the Slark, apparently.
If only Shopify had known this at the beginning of the year.
At the start of the season.
Yeah, they would have thrown him to the Wolves sooner. And a great team fight for them. I mean, you can argue that the clump and the committal here is very deep, but I don't think there was anything wrong with that play. Like, you're taking the carry out before you get BKB off. It's just the damage on this Omni Knight, man. It is a lot of spell damage to deal with when you don't have other BKB buyers. And of course, Abed still had double life here. That's the big factor, right? You have a mana refill for the Storm.
Yeah.
That's a lot to fight through. That Aegis proving very nice on the back end. Yeah, he's having a laugh about it. Is that actually from that fight?
No,
that's
the same clip from before, right?
Yeah, I think that's a...
You can't even put one up on us,
That's
production.
an editing trick. I'm convinced.
Ooh, long zip around. Abed, confident that the Scythe of Ice is all he needs.
And again,
he's
the
right.
saves just a little too far. Hex proving very effective here on the...
Yeah, nullify him now.
Yeah, where you going? Tip him back there, son. Go on.
Any tips?
Go on, Hardcore.
Shame.
He's a changed man, honestly.
Not the same Arteezy he
Yeah.
once was.
2016 MLG Columbus Arteezy would have tipped him.
2016?
Is that even the right
MLG
year?
Columbus? No, it's not even close.
What year was it? 2014?
2013.
I mean, whatever. COVID took a couple of years out. It did everything.
What the?
Nobody knows what year it is anymore.
Dementia's hitting you a little early there, old man.
Midas has paid off for Fly, by the way. He's very fat.
Under attack.
This is where AA feels nice. You got that Glimmer, you got that Force, you got some extra cast range, pushing on that level 20 talent, you got level 3 ulti, you hitting hard.
I was wondering what he was gonna build with the Hand of Midas.
You just
frankly.
ulting waves, bro. It's out of control. Didn't even get any of it.
See, this is why you can't give position 5s any kind of leeway.
You remember back in the day where Misery built Midas on Warlock
Yeah.
and Crystal Maiden, and everyone was like, dumbass. This is the biggest grief of all time.
Yeah.
Well, look at Dota
Supports
now.
aren't supposed to have gold, idiot.
Sometimes you're just too ahead of the meta.
That's true.
I mean, Misery was just 8 years ahead.
True.
He was playing 10 TIs ahead. Nobody knew it. This is a warm welcome.
Surprise! Oh, we got him!
What?
The zip forward and an instant 180
Oh, they're
zip
gonna get him.
out,
They're gonna get him.
and they're still... No, Snake King has a blink. All right, fair enough.
King's too good, man. King's too good. Crit will give him the tip.
No Echo Slam. Time to go. I mean, that's a big part of their burst.
That was so fast, too, honestly.
Yeah.
That was... Thompson has had no hesitation echo slamming people this game.
Yeah.
Abed just... He's too good, man.
Radiant
He's just too
are
good.
scanning.
Okay, level 20 for 33 plus BKB. Let's see if this carry on the night can stop the incoming storm that is Shopify Rebellion, hitting their timing and feeling very confident with a 10K gold lead right outside of Tundra's base.
Aggression does not stop here as they
Look for the Wisdom Rune pick. Nobody's here, so look at the Wisdom Rune instead.
they've definitely regained the pace in this game. That mid game was a lull, but they've picked up a little bit since then, and full Silver Edge done for Artur here. Put him right back on track. It's going to give him another opportunity to get a core deep in on the backline and disrupt the formation here. Nighttime Roche, though. That's on Dire side. Can you contest it if you're Shopify Octarine for the Axe?
You could definitely contest. Can you get here in time?
A-Blast. It's going to
Raced
show,
against time. They're definitely going to see this. Is Tundra going to push through?
Oh, this is
Oh, the zip is coming through!
So weird.
Oh, Wabek
We got
gets hit instantly by the Fisher. What a timing from
Go on.
Thompson. Saberlight still going to make the jump in after that one. Disruption's going to spare any grief here on the Omni Knight. 33 is perfectly fine. He's going to get 4 staff over the side. Now they do have the jump in from Arteezy. Finishing off the Slark. Life number 1. But he's going to get kited around a little bit here as Thompson makes his way to the back line. Saberlight trying to help get the damage out with the Depth Shroud, causing some issues. Arteezy going to chase after 9. Might be able to get him. The Warcry's going to help, and a nice telekinesis use. Toss away. Thompson back into play. It's the Echo Slam onto 2, keeping the chain. Arteezy is dead. Beautiful stuff from Tundra, who kite out Shopify Rebellion expertly. Not even Thompson dying there.
He's got Battle Hunger on him.
Actually,
He's got nothing to kill.
Oh, he's got a Magic Wand. And Disruption? Yeah, he's got it, he's got it.
He had no mana on him. He actually almost died, but that'll be a very nicely kited fight from Tundra. Exactly what they were looking for with this objective, forcing the 5-on-5. And man, that fissure on the Storm.
Perfect timing.
What? Like, what is that other than game sense, right? That's why this guy's a 2-time TI champ. He just knows.
He just knows.
Radiance
And the funny part is, I think he got it after Inkswell. Otherwise, it would have been the Inkswell hard dispel, and he would have been okay. But
I mean, it's also because he BKB'd too, right? So
he didn't have
Inkswell. You can't work at him.
yeah,
He's just guaranteeing it. And they just clean him up without the Echo. Did not have it at that portion of the fight. And then you force Shopify in a position where now it's Arteezy who has to carry it. But as we saw earlier, it's only when Arteezy dies at the start that the fight went well. So having him up here, it backfires. He does clean up the Aegis instantly, but now you have to try and find another jump. And the saves, this is where the saves just become so annoying. You have Glimmer, Depth Shroud. You have to kite through all of this. Stolen Warcry gave him the armor here too, and the second this GA is out, you're in trouble, right? Yeah. Hobson's gonna clean you up. We are straight back into it,
the game where it's Abed dead again. Oh no. Now, you got another 80 seconds for Tundra to control the game. I wonder though, you know, the joke about Arteezy aside, I do kind of wonder, did Abed need to make that jump? I feel like the Aegis isn't that big of a deal. I think they take that team fight.
He was feeling it, you know.
You feeling it? That's enough. Oh, crit! How did he?
It was very deep.
That is pretty freaking deep.
I mean, I guess you have a lot of mobility here. But you got to remember, like, you don't have the Aegis off that Roche. You're pretty much relying on the Omni Knight to bail out your cores when you go this deep. You don't know where that Sven is. Very ballsy play.
Wait, so the
strength starting
overwhelming
offline.
blink doesn't do any instant damage now?
Dire are scanning.
What?
Yeah, because he blinked on the Grimstroke and he blinked backwards.
Well, it ticks over.
Yeah, yeah. I'm saying there was no instant damage to stop Grimstroke's blink.
Yeah, I guess not.
That's weird.
You look stunned.
Like, they made that change, but I assumed there was, you know, some instant damage. Now Ortizi's going to get picked apart. Oh, boy. This bash and the call from 9. That's just a little extra little bit of style there. Not even needed, but looks cool.
I mean, honestly, the stolen call is pretty nice this game.
Yeah.
It's basically an insta-stun. He can blink in, catch the Storm, catch the Sven, and the BKB. That's a big one. It's a 3-second stun. That's all you want. You just want more stuns. More disruption for this Storm. It is a non-BKB Storm. You got to remember that. Abed went the aggressive build here. He even went back for the Orchid. So he had Orchid and Hex. Really nice for the control in the fight, something that this lineup really needed to continue to scale. Downside is, the second you get stunned on this Storm, there's no saves in this lineup. It's Warcry or bust. And it's been bust here as the third death shifted all the momentum back Tundra's way as this 5-man ball kicked online.
Well, I think one thing is,
scary.
when it comes to him, if he feels like he's always jumped the fight, he does have the ink swell. Right?
That is true. Yeah, you can bail him out a little bit.
Yeah, so maybe he's thinking, like, I'm able to start all of these fights. I have Inkswell on me. If I get stunned, there's going to be a strong Dispel, and I'll be able to jump away after that.
I don't think BKB on him might have changed his game too much. Yeah, I think it's just about, you just got to find that opening, and you got to go together. Like, that's the big thing. The jump has to come with the cores from Shopify going in relatively a similar time period of 2 to 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Either on the single target and you burst him, there's no save in sight, or you go on a target and you go on the saves at the same time. It has to be synced up. And so far, Tundra have been forcing an issue like that Roche fight where you jump the Storm. Even if he gets something there, it's a very displaced engagement. Like, you also have to jump in a way where you're letting your supports get in the fight. It's been a while since we've seen a good A Blast, a good Grimstroke Ultimate, for example, and these are big spells that you really want to land on the cores that Shopify go on top of, so you can output the damage and get them to the thresholds for the A ult, for the Axe Chop, whatever it may be. You have a lot of net worth on these two supports from that early game. If you can't use it, it's not worth anything. Having trouble using it and setting it up when this Slark and Omni Knight are just getting on the back on it. I mean, this Omni Knight continues to be a nuisance here, and he's getting fat, man. 3,500 HP. Now has a ninja gear, of course, because he is the right-click carry in this game. A BKB of his own.
And they're all going to scale up. I mean, the Earthshaker is very scary late game as well.
Yeah, Octarine, 4k HP and Aesthetic Cap. These are just where these heroes become tanky enough that your saves are almost guaranteed, and that is trouble because you need fast burst on your side if you're Shopify. That's what Sven Storm Axe are designed to do. You jump a hero, they don't die. I mean, what are you doing in this fight? Thinking about where it all went wrong. I don't even know where it went wrong in this game. It's that one Storm Death mid where I said he's feeling great about being 8-0.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That's true, you ruined it. Look at this setup, though, from Shopify. He's already repelled, so does not feel great to jump on a Skeeter here. That much HP. Not going to be able to clear through that.
This is where this Omni pick is just so annoying, man. Like, who do you go on? It's so damn hard to find the jump. And that's all your lineup can do. It's all you can just jump and pray. Maybe you almost jump and try and like reset, you know, bait out the go from Tundra. I think that's what you have to do in this type of situation.
Wow. Maybe you're a Storm Spirit and you're making that jump and then you jump back. I don't think Axe is ever getting out of a fight that he jumps into.
It does have BKB. I mean, there isn't BKB control on Tundra's side outside of like a demonic purge.
Yeah, I know. Feel like that's not too bad.
Full Bloodthorn for Skeeter here.
They also have Basher on Slark, so.
Yeah, this Slark is massive.
Yeah. You big.
Almost level 25 as well. He is going in first for sure. And if you let the fight start out on Skeeter's terms. It's not going to be a fun one for you. Just going to be way too much space for Tundra to operate in. Think about Refresher as well. Can't blame him.
Do you agree with Fly? He wants to go Scythe. I feel like Ags. What's wrong with Aghanim Scepter?
Radiant are scanning.
You want him to go Ag?
Oh, sorry. I forgot what the Ags was.
You want him to go...
I was thinking of the old Ags with the extra, percent and everything.
This might be a game where you need Ags A to win. I don't know. Again, you might be getting there. He's still missing the shard. I mean, the Hex is super good because you can get the double Hex off the Soulbind.
Yeah.
That part is pretty damn nice. Do you have level 25 on the Sven? A little extra to pump in here in terms of damage off the burst. But again, can you find it? That's a 90-9 pick rate, huh? Nobody likes extra stun duration.
Yeah, I really take more damage than more stun. The outcome's the same either way.
Under attack.
You just do more damage in a shorter period of time.
Yeah, who can argue with that? And here, the carry, the true carry in this game has reached his peak form.
How much damage is he doing now with that thing?
Radiant's bottom tower.
He's slapping.
He's up to 226% bonus damage.
He be slapping. I mean, I thought they were going to play this Omni Knight for saves. They're playing him to go in, man. He is going in first. Look at the positioning here.
Overwhelming Blink gonna slow him down here as they try to make the jump on the Slark, but we're not able to follow it up, all because of the jump in from 33. Now gonna protect Thompson from the physical damage here. Looks like Arteezy with the Nullifier will help bring down Snaking, but he struggles to find his next victim. Abed has no problem with that. He'll be able to get the Rubik, but it's gonna be those two, really, who can only get a kill apiece and then have to jump away here.
Artor back in.
Oh, he's back in onto 33. Does the echo again.
It got interrupted.
Thompson lands onto 3. Couldn't get the full chain stun out and will die to Abed. Meanwhile, the Slark in deep here, but had no more saves to work with. Okay, buybacks immediately, but Tundra,
The Omni Knights
are they
here.
going to be able to catch anybody here? No. They cannot get there in time.
This is just for Roche.
Yeah, Roche is not up, in fact, for another 30 seconds, so it does give Shopify a window to heal and maybe still contest.
That was 5 buybacks for Tundra. Did not feel like it, but they got all 5 for not even the 1 or 2 on the side of Shopify in a fight that looked honestly pretty bad. Skeeter had over 30 Agi stacks built up, just cleared through. Saberlight at the start of that fight, he had so much Agi going for him, but none of it means anything when the big man with the big sword comes in. However, this could be a dieback.
Shopify, this is not the time to get picked apart right now. You were on the precipice here of just being able to win the game.
He had Arcane Rune too. No buyback up for the 1 and 2 here on the gold, even though they have it. Not have to use it earlier.
Another situation. I think this is the shoe being on the other foot, where it was Shopify this time who were convinced Tundra were doing Roshan.
Yeah.
And they could go and push out the other lanes, but Tundra were hunting.
Still, what a crazy team fight. Like, they played that damn well, right? That's what I'm saying. You have to go in, you have to assume the first jump you're probably dying, and then you win the fight in the second jump. And that Hex interrupt on Thompson, that sealed the deal. That was incredibly clutch by Abed there. Positioning just on the outskirts of that AoE from the stun, otherwise you're all in there with your cores. You're getting slammed.
They'll finally get the AA. What?
What is going on here? They're trying to dodge the AO, but I mean, Storm's dead. Who cares? Did they really think Shopify were contesting that? Maybe. I guess you never know. Yeah, I mean, they're playing this ultra safe, no buybacks here, so I guess you have to. Thompson just fooling around with his totem a bit here. So give the Aegis to Skeeter, and Refresher Shard pretty damn nice in this lineup if you want to give it to one of these cores. They all use it pretty well.
Skeeter's running out of room. He's got his hand of Midas.
He's got too many
BKB.
items. Got to give something up.
He's trying to hold on to the aesthetics cap and then swap in the Titan Sliver.
Almost got Hex here for Fly as well. Honestly, that fight was not one I expected Shopify to win.
I didn't
making
either.
me rethink like how these engagements are going, because if you can take a fight that goes that long, I mean, yeah, it was buybacks, but you also had 5 from Tundra, right? You can take a fight that goes that long and have it go that well. Shows how much damage they have in the tank on the second round. They can make it there.
Yeah, once you've run out of that Guardian Angel.
I mean, I guarantee you at some point in that fight, Skeeter just screamed like, I have a billion stacks, we can't lose. And they all just ran in. So maybe they're not going to get that cocky again. Played a bit more disciplined, a bit more slow.
Thompson level 25 on the way, which makes this Enchant Totem Octarine build even crazier, much like the Earth Spirit. Find a pick here.
That's a dieback.
Yeah, crits his Blink Dagger on cooldown during that time where...
That's a good stack,
Stolen
too.
Phantom's Embrace is going to be really good, too.
You do have the BKB on Abed now, and he did hit level 25, and you have the Shard. You got some Overlord bounces, a lot more damage, a lot more survivability on the Storm, pretty much guaranteed. Again, what goes through the BKBs here? For Tundra, not much. You get to Ags, he's only 1,000 off this Storm Ags. I mean, how many games have we seen the Abed Storm win for Shopify off of some crazy 3 or 4-man Vortex pull?
Yeah, and like Tundra have...
Ooh, look at this.
Is this enough with the call? No, he managed to get off his ult thanks to the Repel coming out from 33. Now they get a chase down.
He has no TP.
Yeah, Saberlight, very, very dead. Arteezy will be able to get away just fine, but some extra stats for Skeeter. My question is, what does the fight look like when Tundra approaches high ground? Right? Because it's, especially if you get the Aghanims on the Storm Spirit, like their AoE team fight with that kind of initiation, it's made all the easier if you're the one pushing up into their high ground. I don't know. It's going to be... I feel like they just have to get pick-off after pick-off before they hit
That's why they
tier
pause.
3s.
You know they're going to think about it. All right, how do we go high ground here, guys? Huh. Let me stretch my neck out and think about it. I think 9 wish he was playing mid right now.
Stunned.
Like, does you feel like he ever thinks that? Or is he always thinking that?
I don't know. It's like he's like glimmer caping people. He's like, what the hell is this?
Double damage.
Why am I not doing damage right now?
Has been killed. Radiant's bottom tower.
I have to
is
tell
under
him where the
attack.
glimmer cape is.
I think he looks at his damage at the end of every game, and he's just a little sad.
That's his Ags.
Now he just got his Aghanim Scepter cut down. The
Yeah,
funny
that's what I'm
part is he's still playing the same, like all the same
Yeah, he's playing the same
heroes
heroes.
that he used to play mid. So far, what has he played? He's played Shadow Demon, he's played Rubik, he's played, I know he was practicing Caudle and Pugs.
I'm sure Dark Willow, Winter Wyvern, Zeus are all in there somewhere, and Artur has been caught. He has been.
Well, so much for hitting that high ground.
He has been slain by the Omni Knight.
You know nothing.
You know nothing.
Okay, time to hit high ground. Force a buyback out of Arteezy, I guess.
I mean, yeah, you got to remember, this was the dieback for the Axe, so they knew they had 2 minutes here on the clock to try and do something if they wanted. They still have an Aegis for a minute here, and full refresher done for Skeeter with BKB in the backpack. I mean, it's got to be time to go. You still have 40 seconds here with no Axe. You get a 5-on-4 forced to spend buyback. You're very happy, even if you all die here.
I don't know, something about the way that Shopify, like, something about this, the way they're losing this right now is giving me concern. They just, something switched and they just really
Aegis.
went, like, very passive on the game.
Just the Aegis. They don't think they can jump twice into this Lark.
I mean, let's put it this way. Tundra thought they were going to contest Roshan, right? Because if you do win that fight,
Yes.
that's the game over.
Well, it's not game, though. I mean, you can give up some buildings here, right?
That would be diebacks
Radiant's bottom
if
Oh,
they
yeah,
lost
they
that
take the
Roshan
fight.
fight, right?
Sure.
So Tundra think if they were in Shopify's position, they'd contest that Roshan play. That's all I'm saying. You know?
That's fair.
That's playing for the win, right?
Playing to win, baby.
Shopify, meanwhile, they've been playing pretty passive, but they're still getting picked off as well. Very awkward.
Not playing like a shark.
You're just pulling out all the team quotes now.
I mean, it's the way she goes sometimes, you know?
Oh, God, that.
It's the way she goes.
Well, 5K net worth lead for Tundra as they take their first lane of Barracks.
And what did it do?
I don't know. What did it do?
I'll tell you something, Cap. The first rule of playing against Eternal Envy is you never take that man's barracks.
Uh-huh.
MLG Columbus 2014. The second rule is you always let him attempt Roshan solo.
Yeah. I've seen him die to Roshan far more times than most players. But what about the players in this game, Avery? What does Shopify need to do to switch this narrative, this game around? Because everything was hunky-dory for the first 30 minutes.
Hunky-dory? Nobody says hunky-dory.
That's why I say it. Nobody else says it. Think OD Pixel's going to say hunky-dory? Huh?
I'd probably say it with a British accent.
Well, right? Hunky-dory.
Don't. That's not worth it. You still have some brand value left. I mean, you just got to find the jump, right? That's really all it comes down to. You either got to find the jump or you got to abuse buybacks in a high ground situation where you just have numbers advantage and you can wear through the initial go. Because the long-term fight for Tundra, it's not that amazing if the Slark doesn't have crazy stacks. But if the Slark has crazy stacks, even though, I mean, they did kill him with the stacks, though. Like, it's possible. The second jump from Shopify is where the strength really lies. So you just have to wear through it. Somebody's got to man up, go in, like, bait some spells out. You take the first round. That's where having the buybacks is super nice. Because buybacks will guarantee you a second round if Tundra are still committed into that fight. That's the easiest way to do it.
So you think that's why they were so passive?
Kind of, yeah.
They think that they're reliant on second live.
I think so.
In some ways to be able to win the fight.
The problem is, I mean, it's a double-edged sword, right? Tundra can always just wait for theirs to be up too.
It's so weird, though, because for me, when I look at the fight, I feel like they can win the first part of it. If they get the right jump, they hit an Ice Blast, like, that's half the battle right there.
I mean, not if the guy gets disrupted. He gets Rubik lift sharded. There's an Omni Knight with LGA. There's a depth.
Oh, they got him!
Too many saves, man.
He's got BKB, but he can't get away from Skeeter. If he keeps taking damage, he won't be able to blink.
This might be the bait of a lifetime.
Okay. They managed to get the soul bind with the silence on it. The two of them, Arteezy is going in, but he can't quite finish him off with the cleave. Oh, the call, the second round, it comes through. But a Depth Shroud, that's going to cause some issues with the disruption as well. Skeeter is still not yet dead. The Ice Blast was not enough, and now he's going to start stealing away some stats. Now start healing up a little bit. Another bit of heal, but he gets a jump away. Too many saves coming out from Tundra. The jumps are just not quite good enough for Shopify. And now, low on mana, Abed barely able to TP out in time. Almost got caught by the bash there of the Slark. How did nobody die? Well, Ancient Apparition, but who cares?
Yeah, I mean, whatever. You like Refresher Shard double fissured Abed, it wasn't enough. Everybody just lives. They did get refreshers out of Tundra there, though. They got the shard and they got the refresher off the Slark. Okay. I mean, honestly, a pretty good fight. Like, I think that's how you want to take a fight, right? It was off a weird bait, but it ended up conceptually working, where you get this first go gone, and then the Sven gets a second jump.
Yeah.
If either of those Sven jumps had connected before the Glimmer, you are looking at dead cores. Straight up. That burst was severe. The fact that these Glimmer Caves have been on point is props to the Tundra supports right now, keeping their cores in this game. A really good Observer Ward here. Will not be able to do anything. I mean, that's just, it's all snaking at 9 right now. The Nullifier is just not coming out fast enough. Where is the Nullifier, Cap? I asked you.
True.
It needs to come out here.
30 seconds until the next Roshan. Both teams playing like it could be up, or at least Tundra is playing like it could be up. They control the pit. Shopify playing a bit passive until their Ancient Apparition is back up. Crucial part of being able to threaten this Slark.
Radiant are scanning.
There is a lot of Ninja Gears out.
Visibility.
You're going to see them every pro game because this item is just absurd in competitive Dota, but 3 of them for the side of Shopify, which is pretty much what you want with these jump targets with the burst, right? I mean, any sort of vision advantage you can get is going to help you, especially versus the Slark. You got 2 for your jumpers. You don't need 1 for the Storm. Probably would have taken it. You're good to go. AE Blast will scout it out again. And he has the shard now, so you get some extra freeze action. It's going to be enough to dissuade Tundra a little bit. We'll go back to poison stack.
Back off and then go again.
And
Almost immediately.
This is enough time that Shopify can make the move if they want it. Slark is not going to take this Roche that fast.
Yeah, but do you want to do it with the Ice Blast on cooldown?
I mean, it's coming back up. It's already back
Oh,
up.
man, it is already back up.
Yeah, this is not a long cooldown spell with Spell Prism.
Yeah,
You have an opportunity to jump.
I can't believe they're not trying at all. I feel like the corner of the map.
Yeah, it's a great place to fight if you get there.
Yeah.
But no, they'd rather just fight on the vision. They feel like the vision is better even with an Aegis. I mean, I can see the argument. If you find the other heroes, this Aegis doesn't mean much for Skeeter. He can't just go in 1v5. Now, if he goes in first, it's going to be great, but look at this positioning. They're going to catch him off guard. Thompson.
Oh no, we made the Enchant Totem jump right before Saberlight got his initiation. Think 9 gave him a little bit of heads up what was coming.
Honestly, that is just lucky for Thompson. He should die on that ward. And I mean, Shopify, you're 0.1 second more ready away from getting a very important kill in this game. And now it will allow Tundra to get back into
look at that.
formation.
Yeah, go ahead, repel me. I'll just go D-ward pretty easily. Got lots of saves for him.
He's very slow, though. Does not have boots.
Oh, he's going to try again to get that ward.
I mean,
There's the disruption. Jumped in. Oh,
Yeah,
man, gets 2 of the Sabers in the back line. Meanwhile, Arteezy went for a different target.
BKB.
Being controlled up. Echo Slam, no BKB from him. And they're controlling up the Arteezy spin. But Abed is still able to get on top of 33. And the refresher's not going to be good enough. He gets chopped down by Saberlight. Still chasing after Arteezy. But pops the Satanic back up to full. Hello, Dolly. They managed to TP back in on 33, but he immediately gets controlled up. Abed low on mana. Makes a desperate play to TP out, but he will be caught. 2 dead on the side of Shopify. Both of them have buyback, so it's a pretty even exchange with the buyback being used by 33 and the Shadow Demon there.
That's a great fight for Shopify. Again, somehow they just keep their cores alive and find this re-engage. Double buyback out from Tundra, plus the Age is gone. You're going to have to use buys, but you have to use them at some point in this game. Can you get anything off of them is the big question.
Nope. At least not in the case of Thompson here, but I guess it's the Storm buyback that is probably more important with that Aghanim Scepter, especially. Will Tundra brave the high ground, get that buyback out of it, and not get caught in the process?
You gotta remember, that was also the refresher shard popped on the Omni Knight there for double GA.
Yeah.
And neither of them ended up really solidifying that fight victory.
Oh, it's 60 minutes in. We got tier 5 items as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get there, though, because there's a fight breaking out. God Strength comes up just now.
It's an Apex Sven that's going to be jumping into this fight. And the burst, is it enough? The Ice Blast. Oh, no. Where's the disruption? Looks like Snake King already using it. And now that's going to be a pickoff on the Slark. Is he going to buy back? Is he going to try and get here somehow? Bailing out Tundra. They give up on this fight. Blinking away, but 33, that's going to be a dieback for him. Oh, they have to buy now, but it may be too late for the situation unless Thompson can bail it out. Looks like going for the kill onto Abed, but Sight Device put it onto him, controlled by too many heroes now. He gets called up. Skeeter is desperate to keep this going for the good of them. They have here 2 heroes with no buyback. They have to make the good of what they have here. The call is too good with the blast on top. Another hero down on the side of Tundra. Now Thompson is going to punch the vortex from 9. Pull from 9. The Aghanim Scepter pull, giving Skeeter a chance, a glimmer of hope. Can he whittle through these heroes? No, it is too much for him. A dieback there, and now Thompson against the world.
He's big. He's real big.
Big with the God's Ring, but
no echo.
Does not have echo, so
okay.
1 shot and away he goes.
I mean, he has no BKB here.
Yeah, he has no way to get rid of that Phantom, so
is that just game?
That is the game. That is 100%
just gonna walk down. How did that go so bad? I mean, just chain buybacks here for Tundra, but at the wrong times. They can't get all the heroes together. No synchronization. The Storm buyback punishes the hell out of them on that high ground attempt that all went wrong by just losing the Slark initially. Where were the saves? Where were the 4-staff glimmers, disruption, repels, anything?
And even that could have been okay, but then the Shadow Demon gets caught, and I think very crucially, 33 was sitting in the wings going, can I stay here? Can I back out? Yeah, Ultimately, he sticks around too long. Great read by Abed to jump and just look for more. As soon as they caught the Omni Knight, then what? Then you feel like you're forced to buy back. Then you're forced to try and like take that engagement.
I mean, honestly, what an impressive game from Shopify. This is like them in their old form. Like this is not an easy game to win.
Sure.
They kind of missed that early into mid-game momentum timing. They